card game.
It's a card game. It's a card game because card games are anything. It's if you're smart and you like good card games, or if you're a wee bit dim and you like things like
Hearthstone.
Hearthstone, yeah. If you're a wee bit
Argento
dim
Mage?
and you like things like Hearthstone, then you can manage to. I'm sure you manage it still. It is a. I'm guessing you've got pictures on the screen. I was going to point at things, but since nobody can see my.
Hamish is quieter now, I'm being told.
Sorry, I turned down to be what's the word? To sneeze and blow my nose.
You want to get a mute pedal, mate? You want to get a mute pedal?
I've got buttons. I've just not set them up. I'm terrible for that.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry. Back to the point. As long as everybody can hear me now, Feria is played on a board, so that's why I think it's a board game. And the board is little hexes.
Little hexes?
No little hexes. Little hexagons, you know. Those kind of hexes.
You want hexes
Sorry.
to gone?
Yeah. And sorry, I'm just looking at things.
Whoa, Benny! Thank you for the bits. Much appreciated. The on-screen things worked this time. It didn't work when Archtoaster gave me bits. But thank you everyone for the bits. I value them all equally. I will spend them all on pizza. Or put on
pizza. And so hopefully they can see a picture of this because I'm just going to point and describe.
Don't worry.
Yeah. So there's a grid of hexagons. You've got me confused now. And at either end of it, there's a player representation of the player in a what do they call it? It's not. Is it called a globe? I don't think it's called a globe in the game.
An avatar. Yeah.
No. You've got a thing called like a glass dome thing, and they've got the idea is they've got to smash that to win, and it's got so many points of health, and then they get to you. So it's 20 usually, and it's very similar to other games of this ilk. If you think about Hearthstone, Magic, Argento Mage, and what's the other one? The one we play? The board game
Chaos.
we play, Chaos Reborn. It's got that sort of element to it. So you the board is essential. That's why I say it's not just a card game because you keep the board is absolutely essential. You go on to you make hexes through Magic that you can actually step on, or your creatures can step on.
So you're creating the board as you go.
You're creating the board and you're creating paths and trying to block the other person. So that's a lot to do with that. And also you also have special tiles that you create. So there's like a basic one that they call a plains, I think, or something, or a prairie or something, and that's just like grass, if you like. But then there's 4 other ones. There's mountains, desert. Is it mountains? No. Anyway, there's deserts and then forests and some others. Water one. There's a water one, lake. And your creatures, some of your creatures can only use certain ones. Some of them can only be spawned in certain ones, but then they can move around, that kind of thing. And the idea is to move your stuff up the board and attack the other player's thing. And the creatures can fight each other. And then there's lots.
Okay.
Of,
I have an important question, and I feel this is an important thing to ask. Is this one of these blind bag shit games? Is this one of these games where you buy a bag, you don't know what's in it? You give real money and they give you a bag of digital cards?
Don't know if there's any real money thing in it. I have no idea. Right. It was a Kickstarter game. It was community driven. You do get rewards in the game. You can. Yeah, you can pay money for stuff, but you don't have. You absolutely do not have to. There's no way you have to. Because you get a lot of stuff, and you for playing. There's different game modes to play. There's like a campaign type thing that you can play, and that gives you rewards for winning those games, just the same as playing other people.
I'm on a crusade in 2018 to not play games that require me to buy blind boxes of any description. So I'm not bothering.
It does not require you in any way. No, I mean, my mate Chris has played it, and he jumped like loads of levels and got loads of, so many cards just in a few days when I wasn't around, I mean it has an indirect way of doing that. You can buy in-game currency or whatever, but I don't think you can just buy packs straight up from what I can see.
But you seem to buy gems and mythic chests. That's what threw me. That's why I asked. I'll have to have a look at the price.
No, but you get it for playing. You get all that stuff for actually playing.
So you can just boost it.
So also, presumably to have the best deck, you might have to. I don't know, but I doubt it because it looks like you get an awful lot of the the best stuff just for playing. It is free as well, so that's a plus. It doesn't cost you anything to try it anyway. You know, if you try it out and you're not getting anywhere.
I just want to take a second as well. Casey Villa said he did all 3 endings of Hollow Knight. That's an achievement and a half. That is getting all 3 endings of Hollow Knight. More power to you. Sorry, carry on. I just had to point that out.
Quasar Sevilla said it. Yeah, I see it now. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying.
Okay, so I have around 200 games on Feria. I bought the £20 pack when the game was on alpha. Only encountered one guy with a pay-to-win deck. The rest were close battles. That's really good. That's what I want to hear. That's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem pay to win to me. And I played a couple of matches with one of the starter decks against my mate Chris, who was really good at like Magic and things like building decks. And he had built something special, and I still managed to win one of them. I still managed to. It was still pretty even. It wasn't, it wasn't a whitewash in any. Even the one I lost, it wasn't like that. So I think, yeah, I think they've got a good balance in that respect. It's free if you like sort of the card mechanics and sort of tabletop games like this sort of things. Then it's well worth a try. I really wish I tried it ages ago because I think I've had it installed for a long time, and I just never got around to it. But as soon as I played it, I was like, oh, I must play some more of this. And the community is really nice.
Wow, there's a thing you don't see every day.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're Linux users. We don't expect community.
There's a few. There's a few people came onto the stream when I was playing it, and they've like friended me in the game, and they were giving us hints and telling people, telling more details about it, and they seem to be really, really friendly people. So that was good.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, the basic idea is relatively simple. You use cards to cast creatures. You move them across the board.
You make land,
and you make the land to move, so you can move them, and you kill the enemy. Simple as that.
Just like every card game with a board. Also, you should probably try Armorello as well. Armorello's a digital board game in a very traditional sense. That's one I keep meaning to get into. We should do some multiplayer.
Oh, there's just so many of them. Yeah.
So many. This is the problem. This is a big problem, and the topic of a video I might be releasing next Wednesday. I got too many fucking games. Too many games. To speak of too many games.
I hear. Sorry, Quasar Sevilla. You've got me saying Quasar. Quasar Sevilla. Yes. Find me in there. I'm Hamish TTB as always.
The pretty boy. Yeah. That's gonna stick. I can't even beat the collector's those. Okay. Yeah. So the next game I want to go to real quick again is I'm still playing Monolith, guys. I'm still playing Monolith. It's like my wind down game now at the end of the stream. Monolith is too good. Monolith is like, I don't understand why Binding of Isaac is so fucking popular when Monolith exists for £5.59. It's ridiculous how cheap this game is, how good it is. Monolith is a really nice bullet hell shooter. It's a proper roguelike, and where you're progressing and then you die, you progress a little bit further, and it's a really great game. And I just feel like I keep needing to tell people about this. It's become a wind down game on the stream. End of the stream, not enough time for my stream to start a new mission on some game I'm playing, or enough time to play around with this before I knock off. And such a great game, such tight controls. I really can't compliment it enough. Everyone should play this game. It's great. It's a crime that it's not more popular than it is.
Do you like it then?
Quite a lot, yeah. It's one of those. Do you ever play a game? And you might have had this recently, Sid, actually. Where you play it, you're like, ooh, a dev made a game just for me. Ooh, it's that feeling.
Exactly.
That feeling like when you get like I feel like this game's literally everything I want. It's like this is all. Like if they let me change anything, I wouldn't. It's one of those games. Yeah. And it's very rare that happens because I tend to be a little overcritical on stuff. But yeah, I really enjoy this game, and I just want to make sure people know it's a thing, and you can play it, and it's very cheap, and it's great. You should buy it, and it runs wonderfully in Linux. So there you go. Shared a little something. So yeah, can we have a quick talk about Layers of Fear then? Layers of Fear, Hamish?
Well, no, go on, because that's the last one I've got. So you want to jump on?
I'll get in my. I'm just going to get in Tesla versus Lovecraft then.
Okay. I thought you were going to go to the next one.
I'll skip that next one for next week because I plan on playing more like for next week, so that'll be a secret.
Okay.
last night on stream I played Tesla versus Lovecraft.
I saw this one.
This is another bullet hell shooter. It's oh my gosh, it's absurd. You play Nikola Tesla, and you're being hunted and plagued by H.P. Lovecraft, and it's a battle of science versus fiction, and it's just ludicrous. It's really ridiculous. You have the Tesla robot. Tesla has a mech he can run around in to shoot Lovecraft creatures and summon. And it's one of those games where it's basically in every level is like kill X number of things, or wait till this shrine appears and kill that. You basically run around shooting stuff until either time runs out or you get the objective. And then the levels are quite bite-sized, about 5 minutes a level, and then you progress this rather huge map. And then about every 10 levels you get to fight Lovecraft directly, and he'll be riding one of the monsters he wrote about. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's by 10 Tons, who are the game company that made oh gosh, so many games. Neon Chrome, Judge, which I didn't really like. Crimson Land. Yeah, they make Time Recoil. They've made loads of these bullet hell shooters, and each one is like it's really interesting because I've been playing their games for so long now. Every time I play one of their games, I can see the progression from one to the next. I can see them getting better at making games, and I feel like with Tesla versus Lovecraft, they're kind of like working to their strengths in a big way. They're not bothering with the plot at all. The plot is literally Lovecraft wants Tesla dead. Fight. That's it. You know. But they don't feel the need to shoehorn in a plot because their plots are bad. But what they do is they do really tight controls and really nice bullets mechanics. In this game, they've just played it so you get XP, you get power up, you pick one of 2 cards, like that other game. You pick a card, and then the next level you level up, you pick another card, and then and then when you start a new level, you start off again at level 0, and then you get to like do the progression again. But because it's like 5 minutes around, it's like a microcosm. I really enjoyed it. For a lot of people, a few people on the stream wasn't quite as fond of it as I am, and I think it's visually nice to watch because it's colourful. It's an interesting premise. It's fun controls, but if you don't like these top-down bullety shooters, you'll never like it. And I think the problem is that not as many people like these kind of shooters as I think like this kind of shooters. So where I'm like, it's amazing, everyone will like it. Like, no, people just don't like these sorts of games. But if you do like these sorts of games, it's great. It's really, really, really good. You saw some of this, did you say, Hamish?
I did. I saw, I saw quite a lot of it, but it was Saturdays. I'm a busy man, and I was in a bit early yesterday, but then I had other things to do, so I had your stream on in the background while I was sort of getting myself together.
So, what did you think of it? What's your thoughts on it? Watching it?
I don't think it's for me, but it did look like a good shooter of that ilk. You know?
Yeah, I think that's what most people seem to think. But yeah, I always really stick with it. I'm looking forward to playing some more of it this evening. Actually, I'm going to play some more of it this evening.
I like a more sort of classic shooter. You know, the bullet hell thing is just too much for my brain and eyes to handle. I like the more sort of traditional.
Yeah, I like bullet hell. I start seeing the patterns in it, and I really start seeing like this enemy's going to attack me from this direction, this speed, this way, and like this enemy's going to shoot me, it's going to spray out, you know. And I sort of looking at the enemy and knowing how they're going to behave lets you get the advantage. And
yeah, really having your attention in the right things is important in those games, and I think it's too easy if you're not into them that much to sort of be distracted by them.
Yeah, but I kind of get myself in this weird trance with them. I'm just like shoot, dodge, shoot, dodge, shoot. And this has got a nice teleport mechanic where you sort of zip like across the screen, a little bit like a quarter of the way across the screen, which means you can zip. You're invincible while you're zipping, so you can use the zipping to get through bad guys.
You're invincible.
Invincible, yeah.
When you try to say invincible or invulnerable at the same time.
Invulnerable. I don't know how to proper talk good. I've been up for a long time already, so I don't care. Right. And I'm also really hungry.
So am I. I'm hungry as well.
So hungry. Well, I was supposed to have had a stew, but the person who promised me they'd cook it for me didn't bother.
Is this your daughter, Ben?
No! Weirdly, it's my mother! It was like, I'll cook you a stew if you want. I was like, that'd be great. You haven't cooked for me since I was about 11. She was like, yeah, I'll cook for you. I'll make that stew you want. I was like, that's great. Come over working because I didn't bother. But thanks. Cheers for that. Maybe I would have, like, you know, gone to the shop and bought some food. But anyway, that's my problem.
that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your problem.
Yeah. Layers of Fear. Do you want to talk about Layers of Fear?
Well, Layers of Fear. If you like seeing people play scary games and literally shitting, well, not literally.
You
almost
actually
literally shitting themselves. Yeah. Then this is the one for you. If you like that, check out my stream. I played it over 2 weeks. Really, according to online sources, so you shouldn't be able to complete the game in 3 hours, but it took me 6. Yeah, no, but I was like looking in, it's one of those games where you can look in cupboards and drawers and I was looking in every cupboard and every drawer, and I realised after I'd played it, I'm not going to say too much to spoil it, but I realised after I'd played it that a lot of the stuff isn't essential for the game, but it helps, it certainly helps with the story. It's a really good, it's displayed as a first-person
horror exploration game.
Horror exploring game, yeah. There's no combat or any of that sort of stuff.
But you can die.
No.
Oh.
No. I don't think you can die. No. Not that I know. Well, without spoiling it, yeah. You don't have, no. It's just a story. It's an adventure story, and you just go through it. It's much harder to explain if you've not seen, if you don't watch it.
Oh, you can die. I'm being told you can die.
Can you?
Apparently.
Actually, I might have been dying. Actually, there was a point where I might have. It doesn't indicate that you've died. You just go back to somewhere. Yeah, but there is a room where you can fall quite a long way, and then it sort of pushes you. But then it's hard to tell because right. I don't want to spoil the story, so I'm not going to say too much about it. But what I'm going to say is the way that it's presented is amazingly good.
It looks really nice environment. That's good for VR. That'd be great for VR. That sort of environment.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my graphics card isn't up to it. It really